Hey everyone. So it looks like we're live and trying to get everything set up here. So let me see what we got going here. All right. I'm trying to get the chat. There it goes. All right. We got Vic in the house. So, dude, I I had to stop and come downstairs. I couldn't take it anymore. I was like, yeah, just couldn't I couldn't do it. Um, I mean, I get the idea what they're trying to do and accomplish, but it, it's just not working. Oh yeah, let me fix this. Let me use Christy's chair. There we go. I got my Invincible Guarantee shirt on, so we will see what we can get going here. Um, and I'll just kind of show a few watches here. Let's see. All right, that's a little bit better. So we've got the chaos, if it'll focus. There we go. So we got the meteorite, and the Widman statin on this one is just crazy. Of course, the Ronda R150, smooth, smooth. So we got that on deck. This one was a big hit at the expo, which is the Blue Label Man of War Ghost. Um, just really was amazing how what's up, Trap? How many people were enamored with this one, and then of course we had to get a Torby in, so we'll go with the Venom Hybrid Torby, Platinum Mother of Pearl. I don't know if I'm going to get a good Mother of Pearl shot. No, there's some right there. There we go. And finish it off for the evening. Sabakwa Noma 7 in Meteorite. And unlike some shopping channels, I got my dates right. And the day of the week is right. Look at that. It actually is Sunday. So there we go. So that's the four that I got down here with me right now. If we want to talk about any others, I'm good with that. Of course, back over here, we've got the Shop HQ hashtag Invicta Cruise from the cruise last year. I have my Invincible Guarantee on shirt to change up from the last one. So we will see how things go, see how many people we can get going in here. Can you guys hear someone talking in the background? Let me know. Smitten is on the phone and she has a friend who's kind of loud when she talks. So I'm just curious if this headset is taking all that out. So otherwise I'll let her know. But kind of a disappointing hour to suffer through. Hate to say it, but that was a bit painful. But you know, they're new. They're trying to get going, and I can understand that. So see what's going on. Do you got Trap? Okay, cool. Do you guys do you go get some toilet paper and some Campbell's soup? Like crazy. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. Awesome, awesome. Who had a stream going? Yeah, the one with the cow. I was like, really? I mean, that's you're gonna. Uh, I don't know. Anyway, um, you know, kind of is what it is. And I'm actually saying watch. So since I got it down here, we'll go with that bad boy for now. I mean, how could you go wrong? Rhonda, Chaos, Meteorite. I mean, hey, it don't get much better than that. But I am kind of disappointed we don't have power play, but you know, that's all right. We can sit around and talk about other stuff. So we'll see what's going on. I'm kind of out. I'm actually kind of out of topics right now, guys. If oh, you missed it. Oh, yeah, lucky you. You didn't miss it. I'll just put it to you that way. It it was a bit rough. Um, so I don't know. We'll see. So I am power play tonight. Wow, that's I don't know. That's a big billing to cover, man. I don't know if I can cover power play. So hey, be the difference going on. Yeah, no, I know. I mean, it happens. I actually was I was chatting with Ryan about it, and he's like, "Yeah, this is their big diamond thing," and I think I think they're all kind of just a little bit burned out from all of the crews and everything. So I'm sure it probably didn't hurt their feelings too much to be not online tonight. But yeah, that's true. The chaos is topic in and of itself. I wonder, let's see if we can make it the highlight of the topic. Focus. Focus, girl. There we go. Now that's a topic right there in and of itself. Look at that Salida. Sorry. Oh my God, I can't believe I said that. Look at that Ronda R150 Meccano. 28,800 vibrations per hour. 8 steps a second. Like butter on asphalt. Yeah, it is. That is crazy. So, all right. Off of camera 5. Back on a camera 2. There we go. Oh, the meteorite? Yeah. That price for a meteorite was stupid. Um, I mean, I there was no way. I mean, especially around R150. I mean, I'm not going to pass up an R150. Yeah, I thought I'd throw something different out there. So it's all good. But yeah, no, it was. I had a lot of fun. Yeah, I was texting with him earlier. He's saying that the colleges up there, they've shut down. They're getting ready to start shutting down schools, I think. He hasn't really said, he didn't really talk much about the studio and what they're going to do right now. So I think they're probably still trying to figure it out. Um, this may be something that if I was them, I don't know, it's kind of hard to say. I mean, do you quarantine them to like a hotel or something nearby and have them available, or I don't know. I mean, it's such a tough thing right now as far as you know how much social distance do you do? When is it appropriate? I think a lot of it comes down to who all is in your immediate circle of friends and acquaintances that that you could possibly affect negatively. Um, I mean, I know I mean, my parents are probably about, I think they're 80, 81, something like that. Oh yeah, dude, we do collaboration. Yeah, absolutely. I have to figure that one out. Um, but yeah, I mean, I was talking to my parents on the phone this afternoon, and I was like asking them, what their plans were and everything, and I'm like, I'd like to see you guys, but I don't want to be possibly carrying something and affect them, especially at their age. I mean, they're both in good health, relatively speaking, but you just never know how it's going to affect somebody. So, I mean, if it's not something that I actually have to see them in person for, which I can't imagine. You know, I mean, I can call them on the phone. I mean, we could, you know, video chat if we needed to or something like that. So, yeah, no, I can appreciate that, man, with everything going on, not wanting to travel and I mean, the whole idea would be to travel and see a whole bunch of people all at the same time. So, may not be, the most prudent right now, but you know, I mean, it depends on when, and I mean, with everything, it seems like it's ever changing. Yeah, yeah. That I mean, we could all walk around with gloves and face masks and you know high five each other in the air or something. But yeah, I don't know. Unusual times for sure. So we'll just kind of, like you say, play by ear and see what comes. I mean, I know every day there's something new going on. Someone's, you know, figured something out or whatever. So we'll, you know, do the best we can. I mean, I think in general, it's bringing up a lot of things around how we interface with each other on a daily basis. And I think more from like a business perspective, um, virtualized meetings and, web collaborations and all of that uh, is going to be a big difference. Um, yeah. Oh, yeah. We could definitely do a lot more. Um, this stream is fun. It does seem, I don't know, limiting sometimes because um, even though you can hear me talking and I was thinking, I mean, this, um, as I'm talking and trying to pay attention to what's being read and everything, it's not 100% interactive as much as it could be. I thought about maybe doing one of these with Instagram, but then I think you can join, like, you can have one person join your live stream with Instagram, but I don't think you can do anything more than that. Um, I know there's conferencing systems out there. I want to say, I think Uber Conference is one of them that is like a free service that you don't have to pay for. But obviously, um, you know, yeah, state to state, yeah, it's crazy how fast it's spreading. But I mean, and that's the whole point. And I think, sometimes we fail to understand how different um, it is that hold on. Hold on. I was in top chat for some reason. I don't know why it started me there instead of live chat. All right, now I'm in live chat. So if I missed somebody's comment, I apologize. Um, I forgot to look up. I forgot to look up at the top to see which version I was in. So hopefully that will fix everything. But yeah, I mean, everybody can. Can I? Do I do it through OBS or do I? I guess I would have to. Um, let me join you. Hmm. Hmm. Where would that be? Multi-stream dashboard. Curious. I'm looking at something right this second. Let me see if I can find the link. No, that's not it. Sorry, kind of doing this on the fly, so to speak. So I see where you can do a game overlay. Um, I know that's not it. That's not it. Yeah, yeah. We'll play with it. I need to figure out a way to. I wish you could do like a live stream private and then play around with your settings so that not everyone sees you breaking everything. That would be nice. So, but yeah, no, I mean it's I don't know. But anyway, on the power play piece, um, I was hoping a few more people would join. I mean, I'm not overly surprised, um, but it's all good. We can kind of go from here and just see what's going on. Yeah, I'll definitely look at that. Because if there's a way that we can do that, that would probably be the easiest way if we wanted to do a collab to do a live one, and then that way we could do a stream together. That would probably be a lot of fun. So yeah, no, that's all good, man. I mean, I'm not worried about it. I mean, a lot of this is to do it because it's fun, and yeah, I posted a whole bunch of places too. Um, but you know, it's all good. So Anyway, sorry, I was reading. But yeah, no, it's all good, man. Definitely new territory for sure. Definitely for me, you've done a few more lives than I have, and plus, generally, your videos are a lot more. Hey, 100, good to see you. Um, I mean, I've gotten used to. All right, I might have to think about that one. You may have to give me you might have to give me the script before I agree to the bulldog thing. I don't know, man. That could get kind of rough pretty quick. But yeah, I'll entertain it for sure. What's up, Rick? How's it going, man? Everyone sitting around trying to figure out something to watch. No sports on. Um, kind of crazy. Yeah, man. But for those who didn't see, and most of you probably did, I did a live earlier today, and we were just kind of talking about a lot of things. Watches and of course, Corona and Invicta and Chop HQ and the cruise. Talked quite a bit about the cruise. The cruise was amazing. Uh, and so if everybody can read that, there you go. So that was the hashtag they wanted us to use. But I believe if you go out to invictacruise.com, the site is active, and it probably has a lot of stuff from this year's cruise. But for anyone who's unaware of the Invicta cruise, it's a chartered cruise with Carnival Cruise Lines. Um, this past February into March was the fourth one, and it's just an amazing group to be around, and it's so much fun. Uh, I know we were on the 2018 and 2019, and then of course 2020 we were there. The the amount of people and friends that we met again. Um, oh, sub ones. They're not extremely hard to find, but they can be a little difficult. Just depends on if there's a. Oh, okay, never mind. Um, I did so. Just so we'll talk about some watches here. I do have this. This is my Sand 7, which is the gunmetal. It's a single focus. Anytime now. Anytime now. Come on. I'm gonna make this thing focus if it kills me. Come on. But oh, a sub one with a tourbillon? Yeah, that would be crazy. Um, I know they're working on. Well, AL said that they were working on a Sabacco specialty around a 44 millimeter for the women, um, because and I think in general, it sounded like they were going to be doing a a lot more women sizes of the watches that we generally wear that are larger. I know the Venom, they do a 42 millimeter. They have of course pro divers get down in the 40 44s. But I think the specialty is one of the cases. They even do a 42. Let me get that out of shot for now. That was my gunmetal. Um, they do a 42 millimeter Bolt Zeus. I don't think. they're going to do a Magnum only because of shrinking down the case and still being able to have enough real estate to mount that second 1042 movement with the case. I don't think they're going to be able to get it much smaller than what it is now. So that's probably one they probably won't do. Um, so the Venom. So you do have Lupas. So you've got Baby Lupa, Lupa Revolution, Grand Lupa, Tonneau. I know there's some women's sizes in Tonneau, but I think what they're starting to find is not just as much around the case size itself, but some of the movement packages that generally you see more in the guy. Like, I mean, it would be nice to have a Rhonda R150 in a smaller package. Excuse me. Um, sorry. um, for the ladies to be able to enjoy, some of the better movements. I don't know what the minimum case size for, like the Ronda or like the 200 or one of those. I mean, I know that takes up quite a bit of real estate. The 500 may not work out only because the thickness on those is because you have all of the extra layers of gear packs to be able to handle the chronograph functionality of the 500 that may preclude putting in a women's watch. Um, so it's kind of hard to say on that one. But yeah, I mean, anyway, back to the cruise. Um, and there's quite a few of us that have gone and I'm sure probably quite a few saw it on TV. And I mean, TV is a lot of fun. And I will say this year, the interactions that we as, um, spectators, I guess you could say, how close we were to being part of the broadcast and everything was a lot of fun. I think there was a lot more interaction with us than before. Yeah, I know. Do you have a Grand Venom trap? You may want to try that one. Um, it would probably fit you because it's about, I want to say 6-7 millimeters wider on the lug system. It probably would fit better. I think it's like a 56, 58 somewhere in there. But they haven't done too many of those, I don't believe. Of course, you've got that Grand Sand one. That one's a good size. But yeah, and either that or trying the Gen 3 Venom. What they did is I don't have a Venom with me, but basically the problem with the Venom is right here at the lug system. It comes down very tight, and so it has a much more drastic turn here on the lug uh, versus like this. See how it just kind of just gently slopes out a little bit. It's not real, you know, sharp. Whereas the Venom Gen 1, Gen 2s, it protrudes, but it goes down straight a lot harder. So that may be something to try too. Smitten is on the line. I guess the phone call is done. So was it Rick? Did you do the expo? I can't remember if you did or not. I apologize. So I'll tell everybody here. Smitten and I, we both did the expo this year, and we did it last year. Um, and as much fun as we had, talking with everybody, seeing everybody, and everything, I unless there's something like massive, extraordinary reason that would make me do the expo, we're probably not going to do it because one of the things that really was difficult is not being able to walk around the expo and experience it, from a collector's standpoint versus a presenter standpoint. Um, so, like, I think I made one quick pass through the middle of the downstairs on three. I saw John's, I saw Zubac's, I saw Mike and Courtney's, and I saw some of Mark's, and then I was, back in. So it's all good, man. It's all good. Um, but yeah, I mean, the expo is, I think, the highlight for me. I mean, like I said, I really enjoyed doing it, but I would really probably enjoy being able to walk around and take the time to see everybody's, um, because by the time that it starts slowing down for us as presenters, and you think you've got some time to walk around, it's about the time where everyone is tired and they want to, oh, okay, cool. See, that's the thing. I mean, I barely got away from my own display long enough. I mean, I think I made it to the bathroom once and that was about it. But that's the thing. I mean, the expo is so much fun to experience. Um, and I really do appreciate everyone who brings something to the expo, large, small, doesn't matter. I mean, if you want to bring something and show your collection off, and more power to you. I mean, really, the more people that bring stuff, the better it is, because you really get to experience everyone and see their own kind of take on things, from what they display to how they display it. There's a lot going on with it, and it's just a lot of fun. Um, I mean, I'm kind of envious. Trap got to walk around and vlog a lot of it and everything, and really got to see everyone's exhibits, in totality, and even being able to walk around as much as he wasn't able to get around and do it as much as he'd like to. That I'd like to do. Yeah, if you do, let me know. I'll give you a hand. Um, like if you need to go out and start videotaping, I'll be a Trap Vision assistant production. Yeah. The ropes, the showing you the ropes as far as the expo is figure out the easiest way to get all of your stuff there, and then get down to the third floor or wherever it's going to be as soon as you can, because of all the things and all the organizational changes. Like I said, the cruise made a lot of differences in the check-in process to get all of us uh, exhibitors in the expo was far too slow and far too painful to get everybody in. Because I know, one, we were supposed to be allowed in by 11. I know we didn't get through the door until 10:15 after. And I mean, there was a boatload of people behind us that, I mean, I know there was people setting up. They didn't even get like 15 minutes. Oh, okay, Rick, were you on the so when you walked in from the main section, were you on the right or on the left? Because we were on the left on the bottom section, not the raised middle, off to the left near the back. That's where we were on those long tables. Um, but yeah, nah, it was crazy, man. It was crazy. So you brought eight. Cool, cool. Would you like, did you bring something that was themed, or did you kind of just pick some of your favorites? That's why I'm kind of curious. Like, what's everybody's opinion of how you pick what you brought? Of course, I don't. Not everyone is here to answer it, but that would be the to me an interesting question. So the first year, 2019, sorry, I brought like a whole host of stuff. I mean, I had Sabacua 1 through 6 at the time, and ceramic and this and that. And I don't know. I probably had 50 or better, I think. Wow. Sorry. I don't know why I'm yawning. Jesus. Um, but it was just like a wide section of everything in my collection, you know. Um, and what I perceived, I don't know if that's real or not, but the way it seemed is there was so much, and it was hard to really have someone see it all because I mean, you've got all these watches and everything. Sometimes it gets to be a little bit of a blur. Oh yeah, you're on the other side. Um, that This year when we started prepping for it, and I was like, one, I don't want to take as many because that was horrific trying to get it all in here. Um, but I tried to set a focus. So I mean, I don't know if you I don't know if you got to walk around or not. So I had three main things, four I guess. So my main one was I brought all my Punishers. I brought all of my blue labels. I brought all of my heritage that I had and my tourbillons, which I think I've got like three tourbillons. And the graffiti, all my graffitis I had at the time, because those seem to be from what everyone uh, recognizes and sees. And obviously, I mean, like Bob, I saw his. We were right in front of Bob or next to Bob last year, and Bob had brought like everything was. I think it was like pre 2008 or something like that. So it was some older pieces that you just don't see anymore. And being that I didn't start collecting until 2016, um, there's a lot of collections that I've just never saw. So yeah, and so last year when I brought like 75 watches, I literally had them all packed in my carry-on. My carry-on had to weigh about, I don't know, 80, 90 pounds. It was stupid. I mean, but yeah, I agree. There was no way I was going to put it on a plane. I'm just not going to do it. Um, and that was one of the interesting comments that no one would let the guy Matthew that was up with AL during the question and answer. He kept trying to go past the question about if Invicta would design and build a carry case that would fit within the FAA guidelines in size and be able to hold everything up to a sea hunter comfortably. Uh, so hopefully he took that to heart and they're going to start looking at that because that would be really awesome. Because, I mean, if you could do probably, say, 30, somewhere in there, I'm thinking it's probably somewhat of a sweet spot. Um, you could at least, you know, do that. I know Mark, I believe he drove. Yeah, in fact, I know he drove because he had that issue with the Popo in Virginia. And yeah, I mean, and that's why we drove this year. I mean, from our house, it's well, we drove back straight. So we drove down and because we left Tuesday after work, got down to almost the Florida line, stayed overnight, and then Wednesday morning headed out and got down to Fort Lauderdale around 3 o'clock or so that Wednesday. That wasn't bad. That kind of broke it up. On the way home, it was right at about 10 and a half hours. Yeah, he, what was it, 400 and something? I mean, he had a lot. I mean, he had one of those big valet carts like stacked and stacked. And that was the thing too. I mean, if you're somebody like Mark, it took him probably an hour past the expo starting for him to set up. Now, I will say there was a slight disadvantage, and I'm not going to fault anyone. for what happened, only just to mention it. Um, Mike and Courtney and John Zubak were allowed in at least an hour before everyone else. Now, they worked out the deal and they made it happen. And I understand because of the scale and size of what both of them were doing, that would be Herculean to set it up in an hour. Not saying anything about that, but it seemed a little unfair for those who didn't get as much time because I mean, by the time I was done setting up and I was going like 100-mile-an-hour trying to get everything out, I mean, you're about busting out full on sweat. And then all of a sudden, you barely even got a second to breathe. And then there's people on top of you, looking at your collection, and you're still literally putting pieces out and everything. That was a bit frustrating. So I would like to see that one, you either have multiple points of getting in to that restaurant, have multiple people checking you in so that you can get through this process a lot faster. Because I think it would be fair all in all. No, okay, 100. I thought about that. I will say you probably, and unfortunately, I would say you have more risk of your watches being taken by TSA at the airport than you would from your cabin. Um, every cruise we've ever been on, the cabin people are exceptional. Never even thought once. And I mean, we'd go out to dinner or just go out on the ship, and I'd leave three or four of them just sitting on the counter. And I mean, I had my 50 slot sitting there. I didn't have it locked. I mean, I had stuff just all over the place because I didn't have the ability to put it anywhere. Never had a moment's thought of thinking that they were going to go anywhere. That's my experience. But, again, I know some people, had, extensive lock systems and cables on their 8 slots and their 50 slots and whatnot, for that reason. Um, I don't know, and Trap can fact check me on this as much as he knows. I have not heard during the 3 years that we've been going, 18, 19, and 20, that anyone has had a watch go missing while on the ship. To my knowledge, it's not happened. Now, to say that, that it can't, no, but experience is that I have not heard of an incident in regards to that. Um, Now, as far as like some of the, getting your head bashed in with a 8 slot being tossed from a stage, yeah, now that might happen, but that was there was some tomfoolery shenanigans on the 2019 cruise. They thought it would be a good idea to have everybody out at the yellow adrenaline party and giving things away, that they would literally just start chucking things into the crowd, and that went horribly wrong. Horribly, people got hit with things. One lady got conked with a 50 slot. I mean, big old 50 slot. I mean that'll take you out. Um, and then, you know, we all say, the Invicta family, but everyone's got an uncle that, you just really don't talk about because he's half crazy. There's some of them on the ship. I mean, I'm not going to deny it. I mean, that is, part of it. Yeah, mosh pit, dude, totally mosh. I saw that happening last year, and I'm like, I went back up. I went up on 10, and I'm like, I was watching it from the rafters, and I'm like, there's no way I'm getting near that. But like I say, I have to credit Shop HQ and Invicta and Rose Tours if you want to add them, that the big concerns from 19 was, well, 18 and 19 was some of the lines, uh, some of the way that people, like, they were handing out stuff like in bags, and people were just coming up and like double fisting and taking stuff. And yeah, TSA is a challenge in the least. Hey, Kevin, or Kaveen, I apologize. And so, but like I say, all in all, the cruise was an amazing time, an absolutely amazing time. I feel like I about wore my Fitbit out walking around, um, seeing everybody, meeting so many of y'all that we chat on YouTube's and see each other's posts on Instagram and all of that. It was it was really fun to put a lot of faces to names and everything. So, and that's the thing that we've talked about, Trap and Vic and I and a bunch of on here. Um, how much fun and how exciting it is to actually go and meet with everyone and catch up. I mean, it really has a almost like a family reunion style feel to it, that you're all running around. Oh, hey, how you been? Seeing everybody, that you hadn't seen in a while. And well, when you get up at the crack, friggin' at the butt crack at dawn, yeah, I'm imagining you probably did 7 to 10 miles. We don't want to get into Trap Vision's morning routines, which is way too damn early, o'clock. So yeah, I mean, exactly, Rick. I mean, like yeah, I never had. Okay. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, cynical. That's pretty funny. Okay, it is Kevin. Thanks, man. But all right. So the date police is gonna have to probably go off duty after right about the time he walks on the gangplank. Otherwise, he's just gonna stroke out and be doing the dead bug dance. Because I can tell you right now, you're not gonna want to go around and look at dates on watches. Just telling you. I'm trying to save you the frustration. Yeah, no, I'm bringing all watches that have no dates on them. So I'm gonna bring like Ghost, like that one. See, no date. Tourbillon. See, no date. So I'm bringing a completely no date watch collection, just to keep the popo off my back. Too funny, man. Too funny. But yeah. So that's the cruise in a nutshell. Um, but what's what I want to talk about? Give me a topic here. I'm kind of losing steam here. I burned up all my topics earlier today. So right? I mean, if Vic went nowhere but walked around the expo for like an hour, I think he would literally just like fall down, and we'd have to call in the medics. uh, Come on, there we go. Yeah. I had a lot of people who were really interested in this thing. Um, the blue label, and I don't think too many people had seen the fancy scroll work on the bridge movement before. I really love the way this looks. How big do I want my channel to be? I've thought about that from time to time, and I don't know that I've really come to grips with what my expectation is. Um, Only because I enjoy what I do now. Thanks, man. Um, and it's a lot of fun to sit here and talk about specs and all that sort of stuff and kind of break down a watch. I enjoy that part of it. I really enjoy that there's people that find that interesting, fascinating. Um, Look at the crazy guy talking about watches, whatever it is. Um, Hey James, how's it going? I actually had my Invicta Vet shirt on at my 3 o'clock show, so I apologize. I went with the Invincible Guarantee tonight, but I don't know. I mean, would it be nice if I was big enough that I could go live and not have to use like Streamlabs and all that sort of stuff? Would it be interesting to be monetized? Yeah, I mean, that would be fun. I mean, I guess, Um, I don't know. I uh I welcome the growth, but I don't want to put too much expectation on the growth that if I don't meet anything, if I don't meet a certain parameter for myself, and I know how I am as far as like setting an expectation for something. Um, Smitten can verify this as far as my expectation of I should have been here in my career in life at a certain age and all of that. I got to a point that it became more of a personal frustration around where I wasn't versus appreciating where I actually am. Um, okay, cool, man. Uh, so I think that's probably my answer is I want it to be as big as it's gonna be, and at any given time, wherever I'm at, I'm happy with where I'm at. Um, I hope to get better at doing these. The live is a different animal. I don't I don't like one more than the other. I mean, I still like doing the spec videos, and I mean it's a different perspective. You're seeing the way I have my camera set up and everything is you're seeing it from the perspective of my eyes. In fact, a lot of times I'll tilt my head to the side to look through the camera to see what you're seeing because sometimes I forget and I'll move watches, you know, uh, I'll pan the watch out and not think about it. So from that, I always want to try and get a little bit better at keeping the focus on what's really at hand, and that's showing the details of the watch. Trying to get as close of a picture as I can because, I mean, I know everyone, most of us, sit there and watch Shop HQ and all of that, and we all see watches. Oh, sorry, 100. I got rambling. I didn't read your question. I apologize. Is there a reasonable amount of wristwatches that one should own in order to be able to give them all wrist time? Oh, that that's an interesting question. Um, I hate to put a number next to the value of someone's collection. Um, I believe everyone's collecting ability, uh, either from, like you say, wanting to give all of your watches wrist time to financial to, everyone has parameters that their life dictates around what they can and can't do from a collecting standpoint. Um, I mean, you can rotate your watches as much as you're comfortable with rotating them. Um, I personally have probably more than I probably rotate at a given time. I mean, you start to, you know, get favorites. It happens. Um, and a lot of times I just forget to look, I forget to pull that drawer out and take a look at it. Um, but I mean, as far as yeah, that's true, James. I mean, it is. I mean, it's all in what you want to do, and I think a lot of it comes down to your lifestyle too. I mean, would if I was so I mean, I know it's hard to think, but I mean, John, the phone guy, I've been in telecom for in the private sector, not from like a AT&T or Verizon perspective, for 20 some years now. So back in my younger days, when I was doing a lot more crawling underneath people's desks and I was learning the ropes and I was going in and out of closets and running around and doing a lot more manual functions, would I wear this guy, this this beautiful chaos? No. Um, but my job and the environment that I work in is a less manual. I sit here and I type on keyboards all friggin' day and I have a headset in my ear talking to people. So my ability to wear, my higher end pieces all the way down to my everyday, go for a walk, go to the gym, things like that, where you may bump into it, things like that, it is a lot more flexible. Um, oh yeah. Oh, if we're talking about setting your watches for like daylight savings time and everything, oh good lord. The first year or two, year or two, I actually sat there and brought all my watches out, sat them out there, changed all the dates, all the times, and set all the dates up and all that. And it's like, oh my God, that was like literally almost like 45 minutes of sitting there doing nothing but changing watches. Um, I went to changing them the morning of when I wear it. Uh, one, because I'm pushing probably close to 45 automatics. Um, so just based on the fact that if you don't wear an automatic every day to 2 days, it's going to be off. So if I'm going to have to set an automatic or manual, like this tourbillon, right? This tourbillon right here, that's a manual only. There is no auto. So if I don't wear this every day, it's going to stop, and I'm going to have to um, set it manually and wind it. So because of that, I don't change them until I wear them, and that's just the way I do it. Now, as far as my automatics, people have talked about winders, pros and cons of it. I talked to a couple different people. I've talked to Ryan Johnson about it. Um, and his perspective on this from, an Invicta ambassador is, if you're not going to wear your watch, wear a watch all the time, once a month is take your autos and your manuals, any mechanicals out, wind them up. My wind number is 30. That's just where I leave mine. And so from a perspective, so let me show you. I'll pop this guy out. So as you can see from here, if I go like that from like fingertip to like my middle knuckle, that's like a 1. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. I know I'm not winding it because I'm backwards to y'all, but I'm trying to show you. So I do mine about 30 times like that, and then I set it back down, and that usually will run the watch for about at least a good day, maybe day and a half. Um, and it keeps all of the movements lubricated and everything from kind of getting sticky. Um, so that's kind of like my method for all my mechanicals is once a month is I'll sit there and I'll do that. Um, yeah, Vic has a, so if you want to know a system, Vic's magic book of what he wears is how he does it. He also is very much into uh, themed by day of the week. So Magnums are Mondays, Venom Fridays. Uh, so it just is what it is. Um, Without even asking how many you have, do you 100? Sorry. Do you feel that you've gotten to a point that you have more than what you can give them wrist time to? Uh, if you feel that you have more watches than what you can actually wear uh, in what you that's a big thing. What you feel comfortable with as a rotation, then reevaluate what you have. I know I've got watches that I probably haven't worn in. I mean, I'll be honest. There's watches I probably haven't worn in a year. Hey, Travis. Welcome. No, no, all good, man. New collector. Welcome, welcome. 20, 20 in the last 2 years. That's stout, man. No work. Yeah. Okay, so you're pretty close to me. Um, and yeah, I mean, I'll admit I have watches that I have not put on my wrist. I swear to God, in probably at least a year. Um, I start having favorites, and you know, that's just a thing that happens. I was talking earlier today when I was on my 2 hour running off at the mouth. I could probably pare down at least a dozen or two um, that I probably either don't wear generally because I either bought it early in my collecting and my level of I don't want to say pickiness because that indicates that the watch is not a good watch. Um, but my selectiveness as to what really I like. So that being said, but not at work. Okay. Yeah. Um, and that would be so. So if you got 170, that's a stout number. Um, have you ever considered that you could have a watch that you but I'm sure you've got a couple of them that are probably a little bit more on the sturdy rugged. I didn't bring any down here earlier. I had S1 rallies with the NH38 in it. um, Pick out 5 or 10 that are a little bit more rugged. I don't want to say less expensive, because then, I mean, that indicates other things that I don't want to start putting parameters around what people's budgets and numbers and saying that some things are not worth as much as others. But anyway, um, it bring a couple watches that you have that you can, wear on your wrist at work, um, and then have a rotation, especially in the summer, that, hey, when I'm, you know, in the morning, I'll put on my work watch, and I'll have my after work watch, in the car, and okay, in the trunk, yeah, and then use that system of rotating to, you can even have another one. So let's say, on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, you go to the gym, so you want a different kind of watch that holds up. Like, you don't want to wear a bracelet. You want something with a strap, something that's a little bit lighter, something that if you're doing a lot of hand manipulation exercises, doesn't bang into you. Something with silicone strap that doesn't get affected by sweat as much. Those kind of things. Um, just understanding your own personal needs and your own rotation will start to help you define what it is that you want to wear. And other than that, I mean, if you've got watches that you don't wear that often, but you still like the watch, there's nothing wrong with it. It's still in your collection. It's still something that, you may go a year for a year or so and not watch it and or wear it. Good Lord. All right. I'm gonna learn how to talk here in a second. I swear to God, I actually know how to do this. Um, and it's all good. You know, you'd be like, oh wow, I really haven't worn that in a long time. Man, that brings back a memory or whatever it is. Oh, I remember when I got that. It was I got it for my birthday or whatever it was. And so then there's always sentimental reasons to certain watches. Like there's certain watches, it could come hell or high water. I'm not getting rid of them. I mean, it's not happening. Um, I mean, probably a lot of them, but I'm saying, but that's all good. And through all of this rambling, the one thing I want to say is your collection is your own collection, and it means something. Your collection means something different than what my collection may mean to me. Not to say that it does, I'm just saying it may or may not, but that's okay because it's your collection. It's like wearing your watch. Some people wear it down here underneath the knuckle. Some people say you have to wear it above the wrist joint. There's some people that wear them this side up, kind of military style. It's all good. So, yeah. Okay, yeah. How many so you got 50. That's cool. Are you looking to go through them to pare down, or are you just wanting to get an inventory? Um, just in general, I'll throw that out there. What do most of y'all? I know what some of y'all do already, but what do most of y'all do as far as where you store and display, or however everyone has a different version. What's everybody's kind of go to as far as storage and display of your watches? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, very true. There's a lot of us that go through that, and I've been guilty of that. I'll be like, somebody will post something. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot it. Yeah, because I've got a ceramic, and I forget we were talking about something. Someone mentioned something. It was something silly. It wasn't even related to watches, and someone said something about ceramics. I think it was at work. I can't remember. Um, and I was like, oh yeah, I haven't worn that ceramic in a long time. And then I went and found it, and I wore it the next day. Um, so, you know, Yeah, I mean, inspiration hits you at any time, but then that's the thing. Really? Are they in your living room for reals? That's funny, dude. That's funny. Do you got the do you got the glass case with like the spotlights and everything on them too? I'm just busting on your trap. It's all good. Um, but yeah, yeah, yeah. You got like what is it? One of those Wolf. I think Wolf did a two-tier um, watch box dive cases. Yeah, I will say, yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, Travis, how many autos do you have, and what sort of winding rotations do you do on the ones that you don't wear that often? I don't know if you were in here and I was talking about the uh, the winding rotation I do is I generally do my autos once a month. I'm just curious what everyone else does. Yeah, cool. Uh, and as far as the NCAA watches, they are doing so. AL said they have negotiated contracts with the NCAA, and about Trap, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it was 50 of the top schools um, that they're going to be releasing. I think fall of this year um, on the NCAA. I think it's going to be more school color mascot style, but I don't know that for sure. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So we're all pretty much the same as far as the once a month. Yeah. Um, cool. Uh, so on that note of like NCAA, one of the other things that we heard during the yeah, you gonna do a Pete Junior size room there, James? You know, just a small little room. Um, yeah, 50 of the top. That's what it was. So he talked about that. He talked about NHL was coming. Major League Baseball. I don't remember what he said on talks with Major League Baseball. Of course, NFL. They've already started working. I think they're getting ready to do finals with the NFL here in the next month or so for um, August. I'll put in a good word for you, buddy. We'll get it done for you. Um, I think yeah, August they got a whole new section. Yeah, MLB is in works. They did talk to NASCAR. NASCAR only because Smitten and I we used to follow NASCAR a lot. The interesting thing with NASCAR is there's a sanctioning body, but then every team and driver has their own independent um, deals. You know, like Home Depot is with a particular driver, or Lowe's, or Fifth Third Bank, or whoever it is. Those deals are written directly with team slash driver. So the logistics of trying to work in and around all of those deals was just Herculean. Yeah, NBA is still a no go. Um, oh, some Venoms. Yeah, I remember he said that they had some new the military watches. Yeah, I know it's killing me too. I mean, I've got you know I've got the Army watch, the titanium. I had it on earlier today, and I'm really jonesing for the Air Force. I'll probably if the Air Force comes out soon, that will definitely take me out of MBZ because I will probably get one of each design. Um, Now, the rest of the branches, I will probably get one of each branch as respect for all the other branches. So, like I said, I have an Army watch. I will get a Marine, a Navy, and a Coast Guard, one variation of it, to have it as a collection. And but the Air Force, since I was Air Force, I will probably look at each one, unless it's a watch that I don't know. That's gonna be a tough one. Yeah. So um, yeah, that'll be. Yeah, man. I can't even remember, James. Were you Army? I want to say you were, but it's killing me to remember anymore. I know Trap was Army, um, but I couldn't remember if you were Army or not. I think so, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, I mean, some of the other things that speaking of AL and introductions and everything. So I know I remember him saying that uh, a lot more iterations of the Tourbillon movement is coming this year. Um, he also mentioned, oh, okay, Coast Guard, cool. Um, and I know he mentioned a lot more women's variations on, like I know he spoke specifically about, I think it was a 44 millimeter SAS with a tourbillon. Um, I think the ladies are really starting to, yeah, no doubt, dude, no doubt. Um, to get some of the higher end movements, because I think what they're starting to find um, is a lot of the ladies enjoy some of the higher end movements a lot more than what they thought. I mean, and it's not that they put crappy movements in the ladies' watches now, but they're for the most part a VD57 or something like that. Um, yeah, that'd be a good one. Um, so I think they're really starting to understand that as their collector, uh, as their collectors as a whole, as we mature somewhat, I kind of use that term loosely, but as we get more distinctive in what we want, then and that goes down to like Jay-Z always says, when you start off, you like the watch because you like the way it looks, and then the more you get, you start to find that you start gravitating towards, well, I like this movement a little bit more. So I really like the 50/50E, or I really enjoy the autos, or I like open heart, or a lot of these things. And I think they're starting to see as we become, you know, more ingrained in what's on the inside. Not, obviously, if you don't like the way the thing looks, you're not going to buy it in the first place. But all of those things kind of go together to start, shaping what it is that, yeah, yeah, that one's going to be good. You know, that's just wrong, man. That someone would actually start trying to influence your wife to get a big watch with diamonds. I cannot imagine someone that would do that to you, brother. That's just wrong on so many levels. Sorry, that was me. So yeah, I can understand that. I mean, Richard Oso. you know, is also wheelchair with MS. Um, but I think generally he wears. I think Richard wears probably right around the 52s. He may go a little bit bigger. I'm not sure. Trap, correct me on that. I know Richard has an extensive collection. I want to say he's in the fours. Um, the phone guy is not an enabler. He's an Uber enabler. Thank you. Um, but yeah, I kind of do. Um, but yeah, I mean, I can totally understand, especially from that position. Like I said, it's like I was talking about someone going to the gym. You generally want something that if you're doing a lot of wrist action where you're moving, you're articulating that wrist, and obviously what you're doing, you're going to articulate a lot. Um, you're either going to want something that's not quite as big or something that will stay up, up here. Like you generally don't want a watch that's right up against your wrist. You probably want something that stays up here on the other side of your wrist bone. So, yeah, I can totally appreciate, and then just it goes to your comfort level on how snug you want it. Um, you know, but yeah, Richard Oso is an awesome guy, and Mary, his longtime girlfriend, they're both super sweet, but really great people. Uh, we've really gotten to know them over the past two cruises at least, and other things and chatting. So yeah, Richard's a great guy, and is he 500? I know he was up there, but yeah, he's an interesting dude, that's for sure. Yeah, a heavy concert goer. I don't think I know anybody personally that probably goes to more concerts than that guy. He is definitely on the music scene for sure. All right, I can go down to a 48 millimeter. I can't do 44, bro. Even to go to the gym, I'll take it off if I have to. I can't go down to a 44. I say that, and I've got that Punisher 44, but that's only because it was a Punisher and I had to have it. So yeah, yeah, I could see that leather silicon. Yeah, it would probably be the easiest. I mean, I've got some the polys, but I'm not a real huge fan of the polyurethanes. They're very rigid and kind of unforgiving in just how stiff they are, and that may be partly I don't wear them enough, but okay, cool. Um, probably an interview with Trap more than likely. So, um, but yeah, so uh, brain fart. Forgot where I was going. Um, anyway, back to AL and what he was trying to do. So we've had conversations about our interactions with Invicta and the community that it's. Yeah, no doubt. I've got a couple Venoms that, I mean, it's like I got a Venom um, master calendar on polyurethane. Man, I think it's almost like I want to spray it down with WD-40 to get on my wrist. It's crazy. So yeah, no, yeah. There's a lot of people that, I mean, traditionally, I mean, 38, 40 is where it's at, and that's what they believe is the standard that everyone should adhere to. And that's probably one of the biggest reasons why Invicta caught my eye as much as it did is I don't I don't want just a round case bracelet with a movement inside. I want something different. I want something a little bit bigger. Some things I want a little bit smaller. Um, I mean, I've got older watches. I've got some older fossils. I've got it. Oh, I can't even think of it now. Um, yeah, yeah. You go a little bit smaller than I do, but I usually probably most of my watches now, smallest ones I generally have is a Pro Diver at about a 47, 48, up to Sea Hunters. Um, but yeah, I agree, Kevin. About 47 is about as small as I care to. But I have, like I said, I have older watches. I have some Citizen Echo Drives that are back in that probably 44 size, and it's funny because after wearing Invicta so long, is I'll get it out of the case and I'll look at it and I'm like, good Lord, is that my wife's watch? Oh no, that's mine. It just you get so used to it. Um, I mean, you get so used to a 50-52 that you put something on. Yeah, glycine. I've looked at glycine. Um, I really like glycine, um, but I think the largest I've seen in a glycine is 46, 47 in a glycine. They're pretty small. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've heard a lot of people say very similar things. Is I've got a Tussaud or a Breitling or whatever it is that you paid substantial for it, and you kind of get spoiled with the Invicta variety. I mean, you really do. I mean, there's really something different, and I mean, especially for guys that, I mean, for me, I don't wear, I mean, I got an earring, and I've got a cartouche that I got when I was in Turkey, I mean, I wear this all the time. Other than that, I mean, I'll wear like my diabetes bracelet. I got my Fitbit and I'm wearing my watch and, my wedding ring, but that's about it. I mean, we're not generally wearing, a whole bunch of different accessories and everything. So our watch really, to me, a watch it's more about the conversation and the interest that it brings than it is to say, oh, what time is it? I mean, I can look at my phone, I can look at a clock, I can look at my PC. I mean, it's not like I need to look at my watch to know what time it is, but like if I'm wearing that guy and I get to look at that Ronda movement all the time, I get to focus. I mean, that's worth the price of admission right there. Is just looking at that thing and how smooth it is. I mean, look at that. I mean, how can you not enjoy looking at that? That's just crazy, like butter, right? I mean, and then the Whitman statin on this meteorite is just crazy. I mean, That's that's the things that I enjoy wearing a watch for, is that right there. I mean, that's just awesome. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Grand Divers, Pro Diver about the same. Yeah, the chaos. I love a good chaos. So I actually bought the diamond, the meteorite, and the mother of pearl. And yeah, in Vegas, huh? On a whim or on a shot? Which one was it? Were you in Vegas and had one too many shots and thought that's a good idea? Let me buy that. Yeah, conversation starters out and socially. Yeah, I mean it's great. I mean, like I say, this watch, any watch, and all of y'all that are similar minded on that, that's how I know that's how I know every one of you is through that watch. Okay, well, call it a whim then. But yeah, no, I mean, I know what you're saying. You're out there and you think, I want something to celebrate it. And I mean, not to say that that's not a good watch. Tissot is a great watch, and it may be something that you can look back and say, oh yeah, I got that in on a trip in Vegas in 16, and this is what we did, and that's cool, man. I mean, it's awesome. Oh, you got the gold tone diamond. You got the Pepsi diamond. Wow. Okay. I got the so in the chaoses I did the silver in the diamond. I did um, rose tone silver in the meteorite and rose tone silver in the mother of pearl. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's that. There's that to be said. I mean, okay, Ohio, cool. Uh, we're down here in Georgia. Um, So there is a store in Vegas. I think it only recently opened. Trap, do you remember when they opened that Vegas store? I think it was late last year. I think it was before the cruise, but there is one. Yeah, there is a an Invicta store in Vegas. If you go out to Invicta Watch Group, or in I think that's what it is, Invicta Watch Group, uh, and check it out. There should be a store locator out there, and I'm about Ivory sure that they just opened one recently in Vegas. Okay, about a year ago, and then speaking of stores, the one thing um, that AL was talking about is the next two location areas um, that's getting a store is Chicago and um, was it Philly? I think it was Philly. Do you remember Trap? Was it Philly on the next store? I want to say it was Philly. Um, but anyway, tinted crystal hydros. Uh he didn't mention that one. That would be cool though to do a tinted hydro. Now, when you say in tinted hydro, do you mean a tinted graffiti or the actual just the regular hydroplated? There, not that I'm aware of that there's any in Canada. I okay, yeah, it was Philadelphia. Yeah, Rick, you got the Pepsi, cool. In the diamonds, yeah. That thing is that thing is crazy. Um, yeah, I don't believe there's any in Canada at all. Uh, Primarily, most of them are so New York, around the city has some. I think there's one in Jersey. We've got some here in Atlanta. There's a big smattering of them in Florida. Texas has some. Vegas, I think that's it. Um, and one of the interesting things that AL mentioned about the stores, the brick and mortars, or whatever, is that the way that they structured their oh yeah Delaware forgot thanks man the way they structure their stores is they do stores in clumps of 2 to 3 um, and the reason they do that is so that as a oh okay cool there's two in Jersey um, so that from a districting standpoint they can have um, multiple stores that they can leverage assistance with each other, whether it's inventory or resource or okay, there's not in Cali yet. Okay, Um, oh, you got that Magnum Diamond? Nice. That was nice. That was really nice. I think Vic needs that one, but who am I to say? Um, I almost got that one, but I uh, I had to pass for now. But yeah, they definitely structure around the labor laws. Oh, the labor laws in California? Yeah, who knows? Um, I know that we've been Trap and I and Vic and quite a few of us have been to stores, and I will say that it um, it can be disappointing at times to see uh, the lack of watch knowledge by some of the individuals that are supposedly trying to sell you a watch. Um, I would, if it was me, I'd love to see a better training system, possibly. Yeah, unfortunately, some of them very much are clueless, which is a shame because a lot of times, I mean, all of us that, sit here and watch, Shop HQ and all this stuff, we have a general understanding because of Ryan and Justin and all of them giving us, the details of, what makes up a watch and why and all of that. But you're getting a lot of people that they see an Invicta store, and the only thing that they have a correlation to is, oh yeah, I saw one of those at like, Costco or Sam's, or oh yeah, when I was on a cruise, they had some on the ship, and that's the extent of their understanding of Invicta. And you're going in there, and you're not not intentionally misleading, but because of just a general lack of understanding of what you're trying to sell, you're really not educating the person to really understand why should I buy an Invicta? What is so different? What is so special? What is so unique? What are the values here and all of that to make them a a better collector. I mean, collectors are. I mean, I think anyone once you get past two or three, that you're a collector of some sort. Oh, Paramus was closed. Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry about that. Um, but yeah, I mean, taking pride in your job. Yeah, I agree with that. Um, Having that available, understanding what it is that you're trying to show somebody, and the excitement behind it. Um, I mean, I know, a few of us here have joked about, going to work at a store and not just work at a store, but like, run a store, manage it, staff it, that kind of thing. With our knowledge of what's out there, um, I think we would just kill it. I mean, it would just be just incredible, what you can accomplish, because I mean, giving people knowledge is power, and empowering someone to really understand, what they've got, what they're looking at, and and to get them excited about why they're buying this watch. I mean, that's, to me, that's part of why I enjoy doing the videos I do. I mean, I love, you know, getting a watch and going out. And I admit, I mean, I go out to the internet and I go to the watch manufacturer sites and look up their specs and everything to see what's all about it and everything. and I enjoy that. I mean, I find it fascinating to understand more about, a mechanical, like, what makes, a mechanical, how does it work? What's so special about it? I enjoy that, and I enjoy making the videos to have others learn or just enjoy the presentation of it. So I mean, for me, that's probably the biggest drive of why I do my YouTube channel. So I mean, you know that's kind of just me. So yeah, I mean, I understand it's a job, but if that is your job, then you should. You don't even have to. I mean, passion. I mean, yeah, as a collector, I have passion for my watches. Um, if I was just someone selling it, I would at least have enough passion and knowledge that. I mean, let's face it. I mean, some people that walk into a store, they're not going to buy anything regardless of what you tell them. I mean, there's just some people that, they're not going to do it. But to be able to show somebody what it is and you're wrong, man. You're just wrong. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just old and that's how I was raised that you should do a good job because, you just should. But, it is what it is. Oh, Rick, dude, I walked in and I've been to, and I won't even say the what store location it is. Um, I walked in and was talking to one of the individuals, and the person had an extremely nice diamond watch on, and proceeded to tell me what it was, and was completely wrong. Like wasn't even told me it was a specialty and it was a Sabaquanoma 2 diamond. Like, are you serious? And this wasn't like their first day type person. This person been here a while. And I was like, oh my God, you are wearing a watch and you can't even get the collection name right. I mean, seriously, that that just blew my mind. And I'm just like, anyway, I mean, you know, it is what it is. It's not my business. I don't run it. I don't own it. Uh, I think if I did, um, I'd be making money hand over fist, within reason. But yeah, no, I know. I wonder too, bro. I do. But the only way that I would ever consider doing something like that is, like you say, I could handpick my staff. I have complete hire and fire and training of everyone that's going to be putting on that shirt and trying to sell a watch. And until you can sit there and at least identify the main components of this is a Sabaquanoma, this is a Venom, this is a specialty, pro diver, grand diver. I mean, if you can't just go through and at least identify the basics of what a watch is, you're not ready to be on the floor yet. Go back to the back room and read up some more because you're not helping the business, and you're surely not helping the customer, because the only thing that you've got that they don't is the keys to the cabinet. Other than that, you've got as much information as they do. In fact, there's a good chance that they probably have more information than you do, and why should they buy from you? I mean, really? I mean, isn't that the point? But you know, that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day of talking about running a store and being part of an Invicta. Um, I would have to say that if I ever went to work there, that I would have a clause in my contract that said that whenever the Invicta cruise is that I automatically get off to go on it, because if you're going to tell me that I can't go on the cruise and I got to work, then I'll be like, then I'm going to quit right before it. And yeah, right, exactly, James. Um, I'm going to quit right before the cruise, and if you want to hire me back after it, that's fine. But yeah, no, I know, and that's probably why I don't do retail. Um, Tony, what's up, Tony? Tony Wool in the house. What's going on, buddy? Um, we were just talking about, well, a boatload of stuff, but here just recently, experiences of going into an Invicta store and speaking with someone in the store that has zero passion and zero information, and they're trying to sell you a watch. So that's kind of where we were. That's kind of where we left off. Go on medical leave. Yeah, right about now you could tell them I got corona. I can't come in for 2 weeks, and they'd leave you alone then, wouldn't they? Not much, man. I've just been sitting here rambling off at the mouth for about the last hour and 45 minutes, so that's about all I'm doing. What you guys been up to? I saw earlier when you were with Trap on Trap's channel, you were on 95 going somewhere. I'm assuming everything's good, or are you still on the road? What happened to you at the Times Square store, Rick? I don't know if I heard about that one. Did you have a let me tell you about the watch you're trying to sell me because I know more about it than you do experience? I mean, I can't imagine it happening, but you know. Yeah. Trap with the Vision. That's a good one. Oh, that was Tony White. I'm so sorry. My bad, bro. I got it all wrong. That was Tony White in the car, not you. Um, so anyway, where were we at? Okay, we were talking about stores. Oh, I got one for everyone. Um, in the last, okay, since the cruise, what's been a watch that's kind of caught your eye that you either just recently got or have seen some renderings that you're waiting um, to see it come out? I know I saw, so Dustin showed me the new Punisher coming out in, I think, May, June. I also saw the X-Wing X-Wing in the distressed metal look. That one was really cool. There was that, I forget, I don't remember what they called it. It was that watch that had the big like snake mouth that like opened on the end of it. Huh? Oh, the skull. But what was the watch model? Yeah. Um, but that one was really cool. Graffiti Magnum. Yeah, they canceled that one, bro. They're not going to do it. They decided against it. They said that whole graffiti thing, that Magnum was just overrated. We're going to bag it for something else. We're going to do a Pro Diver. Oh my God, Tony, seriously? I would lose my mind. Which one did you order? Did you get diamond meteorite or mother of pearl? It's all good, Vic. It's all good. We'll get you a graffiti magnum, I promise. Yeah, right. Exactly. He's like, wait, what? What? I mean, you already got a hydro dipped one. I know you do because you have the same one I do. So you can't say that you don't have a hydro dip magnum. Come on now. Actually, there was three of them because there was that yellow one that you and I both got. Oh, silver diamond. Yes, that's what I had. Silver, silver. Yeah, that thing is amazing. Um, I didn't bring that one down. I brought my meteorite, so I'll let you bask in the glow of the meteorite and the Ronda R150. So that's my rose, silver, in the meteorite. So little Whitman stat in action there. But yeah, because I remember that Magnum. It had a blue one that looked like water droplets. There was the yellow one that you and I got, and then do you remember what that other Magnum Hydro Dip was? It was the blue. Yeah, but then there was a third one. I thought. I'm asking Smitten. Oh, blue camo. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. The blue camo. Um, yeah. Life alert for Vic. Help! I've fallen and I can't get up. My watch is too heavy. Oh God, that's funny. Teardrop. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, but yeah, I. You know what I would really love to see? Battling for watch dominance. You are in trouble, my friend. I am telling you right now. That Aries sitting next to you is going to stomp on you for dominance if you let her. So just forewarning, one Aries to another. So that's my friendly advice to you. You better be like Vic and get you another couple cards. What? No, DC's not on. She's hiding. She's probably still laying in bed. DC laying in bed. Oh man, too funny. Um, oh, you're in trouble, bro. DC is looking at Shop HQ more than Trap now. Oh yeah, there's diamonds on right now, dude. What time is Pamela Coy on? Is Pamela on now? Oh, be ready. Pamela McCoy is coming on at 10 o'clock. It's fair warning. Oh, Chuck's on right now. So, with diamonds. Oh, she's laying down. Oh, you better be quiet. She might hear you. Somebody called DC. Wake her up. Oh, there's a really nice diamond bracelet on right now, bro. You might want to roll over there and check it out. Yeah. Get you some of that. Oh my god. But yeah, oh, I know what I was talking about. Some of the things that I think that would be interesting. Oh, Vic's gonna call her. Oh, Lynn is really tapping the old boy's pocket, huh? Uh oh. Gotta move quick, man. You gotta move quick. Tuck and roll, man. Tuck and roll. You do that combat roll out of the house, man, before she gets that card off you. But what would be really awesome? I talked to RJ about this. I don't know if it's going to happen, but to actually do a segment where they actually show a watch dial factory, like how they actually make a watch dial, like cutting meteorite, or how they shave and color mother of pearl and things like that. To me, that, oh my God, I'd just be drooling all over the wall watching that one. That would be so incredible to watch. Um, Super, super fascinating. But that's just me. Um, I would like to see if they could do uh, some more Damascus. That Damascus watch I got, that thing is so crazy and how they did it. And I will say, oh yeah, speaking of dial faces, that sandstone, I wish they would bring that sandstone and put it in a couple other watches. That sandstone is stunning in the light. I mean, it is just amazing. Um, but yeah, that would be epic. So, but that's my thing. So, uh anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, DC needs some more diamonds in her collection. That's what it was. I knew there was something I was forgetting to talk about. Oh yeah, speaking of, the headquarters, dude, that would be awesome if they if by invitation, right, that you could come down to Florida and actually get a tour of the you have the abalone. Nice. Yeah. I got the sandstone. I got that for our anniversary, so Smitten got that for me. But it was a hard choice between that and the abalone. It was crazy. Um, okay. Yeah, the Chaos Graffiti, they released that on the cruise. I think that one. What was the Chaos Graffiti? 399 or 349? Yeah, it was like 349, Rick, on that Chaos Graffiti. So that just had a regular. I can't remember the movement. I think it was an 80-40 snapback, but don't hold me to it. I remember seeing it and I held it. One Glove Jeff gave it to me to look at. The graffiti on that thing was amazing, and with like the way like the links on this bracelet, you got the open section and everything, and the way the graffiti laid in there in between them was crazy. It was really, yeah, 349. Thanks, James. Um, I grabbed the Sabaqua. Oh, Z60. Thanks, man. Um, I grabbed the Sabaqua and the what was the other graffiti? Oh yeah, the Grand S1. That's the two I grabbed. I was gonna get the Chaos, but since I was getting the other the other three Chaos with the Rondas, I held off. South Florida lunch for sure, guaranteed. Do you like my music? Uh, I don't know that I've listened to too much of it, so to be honest, I don't not like it. Um, I would say I'm probably more old school hard rock and roll um, than pop rap. Um, but I don't have anything against your music. Oh, you won a Damascus in the raffle? That's crazy. Which dial face did you get? 100? Because yeah, that Damascus is so incredibly amazing. I I had somebody was talking about saying it's not real Damascus, and I'm like, dude, I'm telling you right now, I've got Damascus knives, I've got other stuff Damascus, and you can run your thumbnail or something along it, and you can feel the changes in the different carbon steel that's going through it. I mean, it's real Damascus. I don't care what anybody says. It's just crazy. Oh yeah, the abalone. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, you said it right above. Dude, I wasn't even paying attention. My apologies. Um, I was thinking that somebody else said that, but anyway. Um, but yeah, the drop the hammer on him, bro. It's all right. I appreciate. I wasn't gonna be ugly. I'll let. That's why I got you guys out there for me. But I will say it is now 10 o'clock. I have now talked for another 2 hours, and I appreciate immensely everyone coming, stopping by, hanging out with me, chatting, and everything. But I think we will call that a wrap and shut her down. And with that, uh, enjoy your Invicta watches, and I hope to see you next time.